Welcome to Not Quite Right. This is the first episode, the intro, so to speak. Let me mute the television. New to this, don't know what I'm doing. Let's get into it. Not Quite Right. My name's Burnie. This is a show all about showcasing ability, not disability. For those who have disabilities, and let's face it, there's no one on the planet that's perfect, but I'm more interested in what you can do as opposed to what you can't do. Uh, you see the title there? Not Quite Right, not in the bazaar. But once again, we're here to showcase what you can do. But my stories are pretty full on. As you can probably see, like Burnie is not actually my real name. I'm just throwing that out there. It's if you haven't figured out that by now, you have to get used to being opposite. Anyway, not quite right. This is a show about what I see as such a waste, such a lack. There's people out there and they go, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're disabled, you can't do this, you can't. Mate, don't worry. What can you do? What can you do? That's what I'm interested in. That's what you should be interested in. Life's too short. There's no do-overs. You've got to look after yourself now. I've waited. I haven't waited so long. I didn't do it on purpose. But it's, I've found, not a calling, but, I've studied when people said I couldn't do things, I did. Alright? But, I'm that stubborn and I managed to die a few times. And I don't class, look, and we'll get into the other things in the past, but I have history. I don't class overdoses and things like that as a death. Even though it's technically death, they're not, they're fucking stupid things. But death, yes, from injuries, yes. And, obviously not very good at it. I wouldn't be here otherwise, would I? Yeah, I get to put on my resume, not good at death. So, it's a plus. But from there, I can work on it. Nothing's rose. You can't do heaps of stuff I used to do. It's running around on footy over and stuff like that. I still handball. I still maybe kick golf from 8 foot out. But that long booming drop punt is gone, or the goal from a free kick just outside the penalty area. Whatever you think, whatever your sport be, can't do it. But once again, can do a lot of other things. My guitar on stage, well, I've got a finger, don't work after the fight, not all good. Learn to play guitar again a different way. Mate, better than I ever was. It's about what you can do. Life is so much about what you want, what you can do, what you for yourself. There's a lot you can't carry everyone else unless you can get over yourself. You got to look after number one first. As I said, I'm doing this now. I'm hoping this can be long and happy. Well, not like a long and fruitful thing that I do. But it's my first go. I'm obviously not real good at it, but I'll get better. And as I said, I'm showcasing me. I've done it right, mate. For what I've been through, and even before that, you know what I mean. I'm super qualified in what I do. I do AOD, alcohol and drug counselling. That's my profession. Did that later in life. I've got a trade behind me. I'm fitter, but I work in mental health as well, and I do some speaking, public speaking. I'm fucking good at that. Talking, I'm awesome at that. I've practiced my whole life at that one. But seriously, it's about what I can do, and now I'm giving this a go. And this is, as I said, not about me. This is about people. Hopefully, they'll come in here and showcase themselves, and I'll highlight them because, as I said, that any dickhead can tell you that you're not good at stuff or you can't do that. But it's more important to find out what you can do, and if you don't know, there's just people around who'll help you. Not everyone knows everything, so you get a bit of an assistance along the way, but you do the yards. But no one said that you can't get directions where to go and stuff like that. And as I said, that's what this is for. And before I forget, once again, first time, subscribe, do whatever you have to do, put in comments. Soon I should have up a chat for the next one, a chat thing. If you want to come in here, or you want to be interviewed, or you want to Zoom or anything, you want to showcase yourself, get on to me. If you've done something extraordinary, an extraordinary is not about, you don't have to jump 74 cars like Mr. Knievel, or, fly to the moon or do anything like Musk or anything. You don't have to. Extraordinary can be just a, mate, there's lots of heroes that are unsung, you know what I mean? They do extraordinary things and they don't get any recognition. And look, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I've done plenty. Bone arrows, all that sort of stuff that you give out, and it's not a second thought you would do it. I've got 2 kidneys, if someone needs one, hey, I'll show them, you know what? I've got 2. Easy. You know what I mean? That's how it should be. And as I said, like, don't bombard me with requests for me fucking kidney, please. And excuse me if I swear too, because that's just reality. That's who I am. It's not. I don't mean anything by it, like, offensive. And people say that you have a limited vocabulary. Well, not for me. It just extends my vocabulary. I love words that can be nouns and verbs and adverbs and adjectives at the same time. They're awesome words. Anyway, moving along. So if I swear, forgive me, but yeah, fucking move on. Or fuck off, really, Not really interested. So I'd like to shout out to a couple of people. Firstly, Tanya at Wise. Thanks for backing me. Wise Employment. I am spruiking them because I've had some shitters. But if you want stuff done, if you need some real professional stuff, and they look at stuff apart from you just, getting on the work and all that, they help you with other stuff. There's no point selling a bad product. They look bad. So if you're not ready to do things in that, they don't push you in there, but they're really good. Very professional too, and that's important, especially in those businesses of employment stuff. Because once again, look, it's very important that if you have a disability and you want to get out and work, that should not preclude you. I mean, obviously, if you've got, a physical, say, leg disability, you're not going to be a fucking high jumper, are you? Well, you know what I mean. So they put you in the right place with the right mob, and that's important because it's all about you. That's what this show's about, too. This show's about you. It's not about me. I'm doing my art. You'll hear my story as we go along. As I said, we'll get to the burn stuff and the Burnie. And I had 48% 3rd degree. So basically from the waist up, he's fucking grafted. So all my tattoos, my lovely tattoos, I had awesome tattoos. That and that is what's left. All that money gone. Eventually, I'll get my legs done because that's where they took all the donor sites from. So there's spaces on there I can use. Donor sites where they use the graft. Basically, I won't get into it. Or maybe as we go along, I'll do more in-depth thing. But yeah, like coma, 55 days, ICU, 4 months, hospital, inpatient, I think 16, I think it was something like that, 16 months, and then next 2 and 3 years, probably 70, 80% in hospital, not in hospital, and that was 10 years ago now. So I got to die a few times, obviously, as I said, not real good at that, but yeah, accident, house fire, went to sleep, as I said, woke up 4 months later, basically, or 3.5 months later. But you do realise it's very fucking hairy. I don't wish this on anyone. Anyone who's been there will know, but man, you just sort of like I couldn't see. I knew shit was bad because you can hear muffled things. You can hear I remember I have recollections of dreams and things like that. Don't remember a great deal, but I have recollections, and I don't know how much my own mind's fabricated. Because once again, if you're on fire, your mind's going to fucking say, I don't fucking go back there. I'll think of something else. So I become, I've got heaps of stories, mate. My favourite is spontaneous self-combustion. But yeah, I've been on fire. So anyway, so that was just an accident. You wake up and you can sort of hear, and I remember asking about things, and I think but you can hear stuff, but you can't see. And you can't move, and you're just lying and you think, fuck, this is bad, this is pretty bad, in your drugged out state, because you're obviously drugged out a fair bit, but yeah, this is not good, and it is what it is. Here today, talking to you, not quite right, please like and subscribe, come back next time, I'll do a few of these. It's taken me a long time to get anything going, so I'm just going to put this up, we will go live in a couple of weeks when I've got it down. As I said, we'll have interviews. There may even be some very, very high profile interviews. But either way, it's not all about the high profile or anything. It's good to have more than that. But it's about, me, you, about you. about what you want, how you're going to get there. As I said, was employment, Tanya Cooper. I should probably, well, she's out there. I shouldn't say that on the internet, but obviously I'm saying that. Yeah, she's at Wise Employment, Tom, and that and the team. They're really good. And you know, I'd like to shout out to a few of the others. The Sally's down in Packy there, really good. St. Minnie's. And this is not just for them helping me out, it's all they do in the community and they help the others out. If you need solids too, if you've got problems with, you know, drugs and alcohol, or addiction in general, because like, we get there with that too. Much like I don't care about how you introduce your body, but once again, I digress. Drug and alcohol issues, you got them, shoot me a message, mate. I'll get back to you. We talk about that too. There's a lot of stuff we talk about, because like, the only thing you're going to get from me is honesty. You know, ex-drug user, been in jail, done all that, but come out, been super successful in certain areas, and working in drug and alcohol, working with ex-prisoners, and then I had the fire, obviously, so it's interrupters, call you interrupters of career, because yeah, won awards and everything, you know, got out of jail within 21 months, I think it was. I'd gone from jail, still on parole. Went from jail to, you know, having a company car, company phone. Back in the day, back in there, it was good wage, 75 grand a year. You know, and I used to say, mate, I've got a brand new car. Say, mate, I've never had a new car that didn't come with a complimentary police chase and a bang up meals at the local watch house. But yeah, seriously, so yeah, and I did that. As I said, I was still on parole, but I did that because I utilised what I'd learned, and you know, before you all get into fucking, oh, where'd you go to jail for? Mate, it was drug related, it's theft, it's not on. I did my time. There's you know, those that have been in that sort of situation with addiction, all that sort of, know that that's the end. There's two results. You know, jail, death. That's it. Game over. There's nothing. There's no functioning addicts. It doesn't work. So once again, digressing. But yeah, I achieved all that in a couple of years. So that was a huge barrier. You know, and I had mental health and all that sort of stuff that I had to deal with depression and PTSD. But yeah, then we have it all again with the fire. So, you know, I had choices. Do I go back to where I find comfort, or do I move on and try and find? It's taken a while. It's not easy, all right? And that's why we're doing this. This is about people being there for you. You know what I mean? Because this place can be there for you, or we can get people, or you might just learn something. And if nothing else, you go, if that ugly bugger he can do it, then I can do it. And that's what it's all about. It's about doing it. You know, no Nike here. Just, you know, it's not stupid. Just do it. But yeah. My name's Burnie. This is not quite right. This is my first ever episode. I'm going to upload it because I've probably made about 10, and like, if I keep just picking the shit out of them, nothing's ever going to get done. So we'll get on. I'll do another one next week. Hopefully we can tune in, tell your friends, share, like. As I said, this is about some people, or me for a start, person with a disability, getting on there and having a crack. And, you know, give it a go. Burnie, not quite right. Love to see you next time. Like and subscribe, please. IDU22. Rock on, go for it. Take it easy. All right. Hooroo.